Hi guys, coffee break, and let's see what's up in the shop, shall we? Okay, there are several projects which I'm currently working on. First is my homemade wood lathe. I'm about to pimp it. I want to be able to turn metal with it, and this was on the plan right from the beginning when I designed the machine. What have I done? Turn on the lights here. I have bought a cross-slide, cheap cross-slide from eBay. It cost me about 65 euros. It is made of cast iron, very robust, and I have fabricated two steel plates, of which one is the carriage. It has guides here, and one is a round plate which I can turn so that I can machine tapers, for instance. Yeah, and I did already some metal turning with it. It works fine. What's left is the lead screw, or the feet for the carriage. I want to make the threaded rod here inside, which is okay, not the most ideal place, but this way I can mount a geared motor here at the back, like so, and some kind of control panel here for the electric feet. It's a kind of a dodgy workaround, but yeah, better than having no metal lathe. Yeah, here's the tool post. So the usual stuff which every lathe has. So if you see me turning metal in one of my next metalworking projects, this is just a pimped wood lathe. What's next? Oh. Okay, a while ago I got this as a gift. It was originally a 3-in-1 machine. It means there was a table saw here at the back, which I completely took off because it's way too awkward, and I did a complete restoration on this machine. So I changed all the bearings, and I rewired the motor from 400 volt 3-phase to single phase to 30 volts, because I don't like to have 3-phase motors on my machines. Yeah, it has a disc sander here at the back, and I glued hook and loop to the metal disc so that I can use it with, wait a minute, sanding disc like this, hook and loop sanding discs for drywall sanding, because originally the sandpaper was glued on with contact adhesive, which is a nightmare to take off. Yeah, I like it. Cool addition to my workshop, especially because it is a, I don't know what to call it, left-handed bandsaw. Now I have a left-handed bandsaw and a right-handed bandsaw. Convenient. The only thing what's left is to give the machine proper wheels because at the moment it is still on a cut. I want to mount with like this, or all in all the same construction. Yeah, that's all what's left. Then this restoration project is also finished. Next, what's next? I am also working on wooden toys like this, for instance. It is obviously for a 3-year-old boy. Wooden tractor. He is a big tractor fan, and I want to give him this as a gift. It's made out of spruce, oak, birch, threaded rod, steel rod. This is birch plywood and poplar plywood, I guess. Yes, poplar. Yeah. Believe it or not, but it took me 35 hours to get to this point, so you have to be patient if you want to build things like this. Okay, what's next? I'm also playing around with designing my own circuit boards in KiCad. This is one of my first examples, and they work right away. So now I can send my files to companies who make these circuit boards for me. For instance, for these light dimmers, which I often need. That's what the circuit boards look like when they come from the etching company, because I don't want to do all the chemical stuff by myself. So KiCad, check it out. Another restoration project which I did a couple of days ago is this welding transformer here. It is a very heavy transformer based stick welder from the 1970s. It's really heavy. That's the reason why it sits here, and I carry it nowhere, believe me. It weighs I think 50 kilos. So I did a complete restoration on the thing, and I also rewired it from 400 volt to 230 volts single phase, and I do all the rewiring of the 3-phase gadgets which I have on purpose, because even though I have 400 volt 3-phase outlets in my workshop and everywhere else in the hall, it is very awkward to use them. Here, for instance, is a 3-phase 400 volt extension cord, so classical European style 3-phase cable, and you can already see how heavy and awkward it is to use these cables. So that's the reason why I always, if I can of course, rewire all my machines and tools from 400 volt to 230 volt single phase. This machine, as well as this bandsaw, the welder, and some other stuff here. And yes, I also changed the welding cables because they were fixed inside the welder, and now I put quick connectors on. Hope you can see that. So that if I want to carry this monster around, I can easily disconnect the welding cables. Next comes the snowplow. Okay, it's already starting to get dark, and we had a storm last night. So here is the snowplow, and it works absolutely amazing. Believe me, it's such a fun to plow snow with this thing. Yeah, but yeah, spring is coming. I don't know if I need it this year anymore. I will eventually hang it somewhere here on one of these beams over the summer, so it does not get in the way. Let's see. Another important, very important actually, upgrade which I have up in the sleeve is to build a proper drill stand here, because this one has so much play and gives me so much problems all the time. The machine itself is absolutely fine, it works amazingly, believe me, it's a very good machine, but the stand itself is crap, totally crap, and I want to change this. So one upcoming project is to replace this drill stand here. I'm also planning to do more wood turning in the future. Here is a plank which I prepared. It is walnut, and I made a relief cut. As you can see, it is already starting to dry. Wow, this was a cut made with my table saw. Crazy. And speaking of table saw, this will also be a project for this year to replace this table saw. It works perfectly fine, but I want to build a machine which is heavier and sturdier, and keep this one as a construction site machine, so I can fold it and carry it around. Yeah, new table saw, also an upcoming project for this year. And here's the last one for today, as I said, because it's getting dark. A buddy of mine bought this sailboat very cheap, actually 7,000 euros, and now I help him out to bring it back to life and do a restoration on this boat. My part of the restoration is mainly the electric system, so let's have a look inside. So here is the solar panel. I've made a foldable solar panel which you can remove if needed. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot to do, still a lot to do on this boat, but when it comes to my part, the electrical system is pretty much done. So some loose screws and yeah, some minor things, but all in all, the electric is working. I don't like these small bolts crawling around here. So here is the lead acid battery. It's a gel battery, AGM. Here is the solar charge controller, a inverter from 12 volt to 230 volts, because this guy wants to have also 220 volt outlets for whatever reason. Yeah, it was a real pain to put all the wires in so that there are no wires laying around somewhere. I hung them all up underneath here, which is really difficult to make and took me a long time, but it's finished now. Here is the automatic bilge pump, the switch panel for all the out and indoor lightings and stuff, and I have a touch dimmer here. No, not touch dimmer, but yeah, dimmer anyway. Okay, so the light is dimmable. Yeah, the sonar is also working. Yeah, what's left is the lamp here for the mast, and everything else is done by the owner itself. So all the painting and cleaning and the upholstering and stuff like this is not my job. Yes, that's one of my projects, of my many projects which I'm working on. So yeah, that's some of the stuff which is going on in and around the shop here. I'm also working on a big house renovation project at the moment, which eats a lot of my spare time. Yeah, but stay tuned for future projects. And now my coffee is starting to get cold, and thanks for watching. Wow.